When I told you guys it was road trip season, I really meant it. Today we're back for another one with this 2025 Honda Accord Hybrid, a car that I've been wanting to road trip for a while. I think this kind of segment of mid-size sedans are the perfect solution for long distance MPG heroes. And well, this new 11th gen Honda Accord is certainly no different. Even though this is the touring model, it's got 19-inch wheels, it's the top trim, and MPG is affected quite a bit by those, it's still rated at 41 miles per gallon on the highway. And since this has a 12.81 gallon tank, Honda likes to rate their fuel tank capacities to the 100th of a gallon, this should be able to go about 550 miles on one tank. So for today's trip to Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin, it should be perfect. I'm not alone today. I've got the Topher, I've got Q the Chaotic, and we are headed to the Mama Rally, the Midwest Automotive Media Association event that they hold every year, where we go and drive like 100 different cars over the course of a day and a half. It's chaotic, and I suppose it's fitting that we have Q the Chaotic with us. So we'll be able to get actually 3 different perspectives here in this road trip. It's something that we've never done before. I've only ever road tripped with Emily, I've road tripped with Charlie, and then I've road tripped with my buddy Sean, but never with the Topher in the passenger seat, and of course never with Q. So we'll talk to those guys in just a second, but I want to talk about all of the specifics here on this particular Accord. So for 2025, there's a couple differences. All of those lie inside. On the outside, this is the same as it's been since 2023. I think this is just a gorgeous car. These have been growing on me quite a bit, and every time I see one, I think that is just fantastic. This one is finished in Radiant Red. As I mentioned, it's the touring model, as spec'd about $41,000. Radiant Red being kind of the only cost option on this, plus destination. Honda doesn't usually let you spec these cars in any sort of bespoke way. You kind of just pick your exterior color, pick your interior color, and that's it. And then they leave it to the dealership to add accessories on for you. This Accord Hybrid is powered by a 2-liter Atkinson cycle 4-cylinder combined with an electric motor, making 204 horsepower, 247 pound-feet of torque. It's front-wheel drive, and it has Honda's 2-motor hybrid system. And Q is actually an engineer, so maybe I'll have him explain how that works, because I always explain it wrong. So we shall see, but I'm excited to see how comfortable this Accord is. I think it's gonna do the trick really well. So anyway, let's poke around this real quick. Let's show you some road trip essentials before we get on the road. And I want to start in the trunk, which is massive. Of course, as we know, these Accords and Civics kind of just get bigger with every generation, and this Accord is no different. It's pretty huge. Q was saying that it kind of felt like a Lincoln Town Car when he got in the back, and I kind of agree, especially since I just drove a Lincoln Town Car on the channel a few weeks ago. It's fresh in my mind. But let's go ahead and check out the trunk, which we have pretty dang full. This is packing for 3 people. And this touring model of the Accord Hybrid does not come with a spare, so we actually have the Topher's S2000 spare tire under the trunk floor, which I'm not going to show you because I'd have to remove everything out of the trunk. But just in case we have an incident with these 19-inch wheels, which only have a 40-section sidewall, this is a 235/40 R19 squared setup on a Michelin Primacy. At least we are covered if anything happens. But anyway, I keep getting sidetracked. Here is our trunk capacity. We've got 2 suitcases back here. We've got a number of backpacks, helmets. Of course, the Topher brought his adventure boots and everything if we find ourselves going on a hike around Road America, I suppose. But this is filled pretty full, but I think we could fit even more because you have all that height as well. So very, very sizable trunk here. And you actually even have this little handle. Oh, almost got it shut, to pull the trunk shut. So let's go ahead and check out the back seat. We'll say hello to our guests today. Hello, gentlemen.
Hello.
Are you ready for, how many miles is this today?
I don't know. It's about 6 hours.
6-hour drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually I know the miles. It's like 700 miles round trip,
Yeah.
or something like that. I was saying that you said this felt like a Lincoln Town Car in the back because there's so much room.
A whole foot in front of me.
How tall are you?
6 feet.
6 feet, yeah, and you've got...
Until I start doing this.
Right, yeah.
Real
Get my album down.
But overall, backseat room is pretty nice in this. This has got the gray leather interior, which is your only choice if you go for the red exterior. But seating surfaces feel pretty nice. In the back, we've got climate vents, 2 USB-C ports, which Q is using to charge his phone. Fold down armrest in the middle with some cup holders, as you can see there, quite nice. We've got a bag of snacks. I've got my Yeti back here. We've got a backpack, all the stuff, proper road trip stuff. And this has heated rear seats since it's the touring model. So 4 heated seats in this car. That's always nice to see. Before we jump up front, let's just quickly pop the hood. Q, you're an engineer. How does the Honda 2-motor hybrid system work?
Ooh, I am an engineer, but I don't know that.
See, so even engineers don't understand how it works.
Yeah, a little bit of witchcraft.
Some witchcraft going on. All right, let's show you the engine and then we'll get out on the road. So there it is, the 2-liter Atkinson Cycle 4-cylinder engine, 204 horsepower. That works. And 247 pound-feet of torque. As I said, this has Honda's 2-motor hybrid system, which is kind of like a CVT, but feels a little bit more pleasant, and we'll kind of show you that once we're out on the road. But this is it as far as the Accord hybrid goes, of course, and Honda got rid of the 2-liter turbo for this latest generation, as well as any sort of rendition of a V6 that was gone multiple generations ago. But I think this would be my choice if I were to go for a new Accord, because even with these 19-inch wheels, with it still being able to get 41 mpg on the highway, it's pretty dang impressive. So anyway, let's get in it, let's go drive it, and let's see what it's like over the course of about 700 miles, or maybe 800 miles. We'll see how far we end up driving. 12 hours round trip, we'll just say that. Driver's seat, we have some lumbar adjust, as well as, obviously, this is a power seat. Do you have a power passenger seat on that side?
Oh, yeah, so much power.
Oh, obviously, because you were moving the thing back, so much power. Up front, a couple of differences for 2025. All the touring models now get a heated steering wheel standard, and we have a standard wireless charger there in front of the shifter. So you can charge your phone off of the cord here from the USB-C port, or you can use the wireless charger. Did you get mileage?
Oh, it's 404 miles.
Okay, so
And it's
800 miles.
6 hours and 43 minutes.
Oof. I checked last night and it was 5 hours and 43 minutes.
Oh wait, maybe this is the time isn't quite right. Anyway, we should get going so we can make
Okay,
it.
yes, okay. Let's go ahead and start it up.
Got slam it, dude?
Yeah, go for it.
Lots of bings and bongs there. Get my phone plugged in here. This does have wireless CarPlay, but we're doing wired today just because we'll be kind of switching off who is driving and things, and we want to have whoever's phone connected that is driving. So I'm going to get the destination set, and then we'll get on the road. Been having to do this every time. Also, somebody's phone's name is Turd Ferguson that's been in here before. We're going to have to figure out who that is. But since I've got this on wired CarPlay, it's really struggling to like automatically connect for some reason. But whatever. Just have to go make a couple extra clicks. Google-based infotainment system, which when you swipe through this, kind of sounds like a video game.
Gran Turismo.
It literally sounds like Gran Turismo when you swipe through like the settings. Like, listen to this. Drive modes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun.
It's like video game sounds. All right, we're wasting time. Into reverse, we have a backup camera, which is actually not super high quality, but it gets the job done. We've got leading lines that turn with you. Actually, before we leave, I'm going to go ahead and reset our trip. There we go. Car showing 355 miles of range. I imagine that will grow once we get onto the highway. I have been driving this around for a couple of days, so I've burned a little bit of fuel. Only 1 bar off of our little gauge there on the right-hand side of the cluster. But if I've learned anything over the last couple of days driving this, or if I've remembered anything, I should say, it's just how nice the Honda Accord is. Like, I haven't driven one of these in a couple of years, and this was just a really nice refresher.
Yeah, I feel like it's quieter than the standard Camry.
It's
a little
so
more
quiet.
luxurious.
Absolutely.
It's just nice. It's a nice cohesive package.
Yeah, and I was just going to say that Honda's kind of known for adding more sound deadening to their top trim models. So I imagine this touring model, which is $41,000, is probably going to be quite a bit quieter than the base model. But even so, even for 40 grand, this feels very, very high end.
Not sporty anymore.
No,
That's
no.
the Accord V6 or the Accord 2-liter turbo. Yeah, it's not quite the same.
Speaking of sporty though, shall we try sport mode to take this entrance ramp? A number of different drive modes here. Q, you might want to hold your bag of snacks.
I got it.
Yeah, it hooks up.
Catching this Lincoln pretty quick. Brake pedal feels nice. Honestly, steering feel is, for what it is, still pretty good. It's pretty light overall.
Sport mode noises. You have pedal filters?
I do, but they don't do what you'd think.
Okay,
So,
just a little bit of regen.
yes, but I'm actually glad you brought it up because in sport mode, ooh,
Oh, yeah.
you can feel those brakes. A certain magazine outlet has had this before, as we suspect, because the rotors are severely warped and the outside edges of the tires are pretty torn up. And this car's only got 2,900 miles on it. Anyway, the paddles are used for regen, which in sport mode actually stay put. So if you're using the paddles in a normal mode, every time you use them and then put your foot back on the accelerator, your regen level resets. But if you stay in sport mode, you can actually keep that regen level. It's a cool RX-8. All right, let's go into eco mode and we'll start to hypermile this thing. Even with that spirited entrance ramp at full throttle, over the first 2.5 miles, we're already doing 26 mpg. So pretty optimistic about what our fuel economy results are going to be on this Accord hybrid. We do have adaptive cruise, but I don't think it's enabled. I meant to go through and figure out what was going on with that, but when I click the distance button, nothing
I
happens.
think you hit cancel and you just hold the distance button. It'll re-enable. Yep, there you go.
Like the Honda Expert. We also have lane keep assist, steering assist, which we'll have to see how that behaves as well, because some of these Hondas I've been driving lately have not been the biggest fan of the adaptive cruise or the lane keep assist. They all kind of seem a little bit nervous.
They're always
But-
just impeding traffic,
Yeah,
which is my most commonly issued ticket.
that's right. Once in a
After
Lexus
using off the
UX.
record.
Yeah. Lexus UX and Durango Hellcat, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. I've got the encyclopedia of all of our traffic infractions. Q, you have to fill me in on yours. Have you ever gotten a ticket?
0.
0 tickets.
Only parking tickets over here.
Okay. Cool. I once got impeding traffic in a Hyundai Sonata.
Oh yeah, for
Yeah.
Allegedly spinning your wheels.
Glad you said allegedly. Yes, absolutely. How's comfort in the back seat so far?
Very comfortable. This armrest is super squishy. I can even stretch my feet out underneath the seat,
Nice.
and yeah, ton of room back here.
It's like a first class seat.
Yes. Only thing missing is the recliner.
Yeah. Chris has got the recliner covered up here.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll be able to switch around and test out all the seats, so I'm actually looking forward to that. Be able to play all the parts in this road trip. Usually I only drive, but you guys may even get a backseat POV today. That would be quite special.
We might just take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'll jump scare you awake with turning the camera on. As far as amenities go in here, everything seems to be pretty ergonomically right. We even have a volume knob, which does look like a bit of an afterthought. Like maybe this initially was going to be some kind of a touch panel with volume buttons, and then they said, no, all of the journalists are going to complain. We have to put a volume knob, and they have. But we do also have a physical little clicker here on the steering wheel for volume, so appreciate 2 physical solutions for that. Vent placement seems to be pretty nice, and I think out of all companies, Honda does this the best as far as having just big chunky vent tabs that are really easy to aim at yourself. Always love to see that. Hazard button front and center. Really nice vent over here to the left of the steering wheel as well, and then a fully physical climate control panel that has very satisfying to click knobs. Would you agree with that?
Honda makes the best knurled knobs.
They do. nice to have all of this stuff. And then, like I said in the beginning, all these touring models get the heated steering wheel now, which does heat all the way around. And this steering wheel, attractive to look at, feels good in the hands. All the buttons, nice click actions on those as well. Infotainment screen is well within reach. This Google system reacts very quickly. We've got 2 cup holders up front, one of which I'm using for my big dumb cup. As we know, that is an important test for all of these things, especially when Emily comes with me. We have 2 of those, and I think that since this is kind of like a staggered, like stadium seating setup for the cup holders, 2 memory seat settings, which I'm realizing is not enough for us today.
Yeah.
We should have 3 memory seat settings, and actually most cars do, but only 2 here in the Accord.
The 35 miles to the gallon, look at that.
Yeah. After 8.9 miles. Doing 35 mpg already.
35.5.
It's going up.
Gosh.
Give you guys a second to observe our NVH. I feel like there is a little bit of a tire vibration.
Yeah,
You
this
feel
is
that?
quieter than the Camry, though.
Yes.
Honda's been known recently for louder interiors. This is one of their quieter cars. And Toyota's always, it's not really something you notice, but the new Camry is loud.
Camry is loud.
The XSE and the XLE are quieter, but the base Camrys are not great.
Yeah. Ride quality seems to be nice so far. We've really only driven on smooth roads, but over the last couple of days living with this Accord, I found it to be quite plush, which I wasn't necessarily expecting, because I kind of think, like, when I think Honda, no matter what it is, you kind of think that it's going to have somewhat of a firm ride, but even on these 19-inch wheels, this soaks everything up very, very nicely. And I love kind of the freeness of this 2-motor hybrid system. Like, you kind of feel like, I don't know, it's like a lighter feeling than a traditional belt CVT.
Free revving.
Free revving, that's the verbiage I was looking for. It's a very, very free revving system. All right, well, we're gonna settle into this Accord Touring Hybrid. We're gonna put a ton of miles on it, and we'll check in with you guys once we have some more long distance impressions. Welcome to Stevensville, Michigan, where we are about to make our first stop. We're gonna get some Culvers, as we do on these trips, and especially since we're going to Wisconsin, we have to be our best Midwest selves on this trip. So we're gonna give Q his first Culver's experience, which is always exciting, and this is actually the same Culver's that we went to in the BMW M5 off of John Beers Road, because the exit back there to actually get to the Culver's is closed. So we're gonna take this little back road around. But figured we'd give you guys a little bit of an update on what it's been like to sit in this Accord for the last 166 miles. As far as an MPG check, 39.6. So we're actually doing a little bit below the EPA rating of 41 highway for this car.
Take a left.
It's, yeah, this way gets you
Oh, this way,
there
this
as well.
is-
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
This is a little bit more fun to take this way. Trust me, I'm an expert on finding this Culver's.
where to go.
I know where it is. As far as comfort, sitting in this car has been nice. It's been raining for the past, literally since I turned the camera off, it's been raining for the past 2 hours. Auto wipers have done a pretty good job. The adaptive cruise is a little bit nervous, which we'll show you some of once we get back onto the highway, but you really just always kind of feel like you're impeding traffic, which Chris and I agree. The Honda systems, they're still just not quite there. They've done some tweaks over the last couple of years and they've made them better, but they're definitely still not to the point where we enjoy using the adaptive cruise, which probably explains why the adaptive cruise was turned off in this car to begin with when we first started the trip. But everything else, comfort-wise, has been good. Ride quality, very forgiving. Seat comfort is okay so far. The driver's seat is the only one that has lumbar, so I've been using that to my advantage, of course. But I feel like the seat bottom is a little bit hard, so we'll have to see after we spend some more time in this car. It's only been 2 hours, so don't really know a ton about these seats yet. You really know once you've sat in them for like 5-6 hours. Get some proper impressions. Throttle response, switch over from EV to ICE, all very seamless. You don't notice any of it happening, and that's really what I love. Ooh, God. You notice that birds always try to, yeah. I have this thing where I attract birds.
They live for the thrill.
They do live for the thrill. I want someone to make a compilation one day about like all the birds that I've almost hit on camera, because it's an alarming amount. Anyway, what I was going to say is that I love the fluid nature of this car. Everything just flows so well. It all feels very natural. Every input is exactly what you'd expect. And this 2-motor hybrid system is my favorite, I think, out of any car that's in this class. Between the Camry hybrid, the Sonata hybrid, this feels the most dialed in. So Honda's doing it right here with the hybrid. And it's not really something that you notice on the highway because you're just kind of sitting at 70, but once you get off and you're kind of doing some stop and start, and we'll try and give you some traffic impressions as well through Chicago, but it's all quite good. How are you guys feeling? You're just sleeping.
I'm sleeping.
Yeah. Q, still good?
Feeling great back here.
All right.
Hungry.
Hungry, yes. Well, we are going to solve that very soon. I think seating position is really nice in this car too. It's got great visibility out the back, big rear view mirror, big rear window, elbow comfiness. How are your elbows, Chris?
Oh, cosseted.
Yeah, okay, very good. So are mine. This Culver's just the best because it's like a combination Culver's and Shell gas station. So you go in here, you get your food. You can choose if you want to pee at Culver's or at the gas station.
Yeah, both.
Oh, exactly. I like that. Half your pee at Culver's, the other half of your pee at the Shell station. All right, let's see maneuverability here through the drive-through. This is the same guy that took my order in the M5.
Hey, there you go.
He's gonna be like, it's that guy with the camera on his face again coming to bother me. Do you want me to order for you, or would you like to order yourself?
You.
I'll order for you. I'll order for all of us. You're welcome. It's a manual Subaru Forester. Pretty sweet. Yeah. Greetings. Hello.
Is that a camera on your head?
Yes.
Okay.
Am I your first customer today with a camera on his face?
Yes.
Yes. I figured I probably was. Okay. Can I please do a 4-piece chicken tender basket?
Very tender. It's a very 4 pieces, right?
Love it.
Regular tenders, you said?
Yes, please.
What about dipping sauce?
Ranch, please.
Or ranch, fries, okay?
Yep.
What's the drink?
Sweet tea?
Sweet tea. Do you need lemon for this?
No, thank you.
Do you need ketchup to go with the fries?
No, thanks.
Anything else in general?
Yes. Also going to do a crispy chicken sandwich with everything on it.
Regular crispy or spicy crispy?
Regular crispy.
Regular crispy usually comes
Two
with
of 'em.
pickles, lettuce, and tomato. Are you okay with this?
All that good stuff. Yeah, can I actually do 2 of those?
Are you still okay with pickles, lettuce, and tomato?
Yes, sir.
So there's 2 of them, the same format. Are they baskets or just sandwiches?
Just the sandwich.
Anything after sandwiches?
Yes, and then a large fry.
1 large fry.
You want ketchup, Q?
Am I hearing that correctly?
Yes.
Do you need any ketchup packets for the large fry?
No, thank you.
Anything else?
That'll be it.
Okay, here's this.
Thank you.
Please drive to the next window. Have a nice day.
Great, you too, thanks. Yeah, he's great. When I took the M5 through here, he loved the red interior. He was like, man, love the red interior on your car. It reminds me of Deadpool. I'm like, yeah, it's the Deadpool spec M5. Here, we're just going through the drive-through in EV mode. Kind of hear the noises there. Spooky noises. Thank you.
If you pull forward, we'll bring out restrooms.
Great, thanks. Didn't the last Accord have a push-button shifter? I like that this is back. Yeah, I love a good just like shifter.
Solid.
Yeah, oh, it feels good.
Doesn't even have an L.
No, you don't need it. You don't need a Prindle, just a Prind. Sometimes a Prindus.
There you go.
Thank you.
Yep.
Appreciate it. Just for a second till I park. Thank you, Christopher. All right. Let's go over here. park by this shed.
Or you want to go in the shell bathroom and we can fill up while.
I want to get it on camera.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all part of the production, Christopher.
Be sure to blur those
Yeah.
things out.
Oh, in the bathroom? Yeah, we always make sure to blur that. Okay, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go pee. We're gonna fill up the car, eat, and then we'll get back on the road. This is especially good as well, having some people wait with the car, because I'm like always that paranoid person that thinks someone's gonna come do a smash and grab and steal my camera, but we've got some muscles in the car today, so that won't happen. But okay, here we go, into Culver's to use their facilities. It's becoming my favorite Culver's bathroom as well, I think.
This is all you, I think.
Oh, is it all me? Beautiful. All right, well, I'll just eat a couple bites real quick. Get some. Let's go whisper into reverse here. We're gonna go over to Shell and top off the tank. We still have a little bit over half. Could have used a little bit of cross-traffic warning there. Does this have that? If it does, it might be turned off. Also, this is a one-way, so not even my fault. But top off the tank, a little bit over half, so we should have probably about 6.5, 7 gallons still in here. But we'll get this back filled up. That way, this is the only stop we have to make, unless one of us has to pee again. But I think we'll be able to make it through. Those are my tenders. Oh yes, what's the verdict on Culver's? Chris, I know you've just recently had your first Culver's experience, but how was the chicken sandwich?
The burger was good.
Okay.
Chicken sandwich is average. It's
Okay.
fine. It's okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not completely blown away. The shake, what are they called?
The concrete mixer.
Mixers were really good.
Yeah.
That's something I never would even order or enjoy.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Okay. Q, fries, good?
Fries are great. They're crispy on the outside, a little bit mushy on the inside, like I like them. Salted just enough, and
See.
not too hot to where I can't enjoy them.
See, Q knows what's up. He's like very much giving in to the whole Culver's thing, but you're not super impressed.
That's okay. The fries are really good.
Yeah, fries, the cheese curds, which you had the cheese curds and you said you didn't love them, which is shocking, but you got it delivered and they were cold, so you need to try them again fresh.
They weren't like just piping hot.
The cheese curds are very special. They're very good, and it's kind of like a Midwest staple, but
When we have more time, we'll like go inside and
Yeah.
sit down.
we'll do a full review.
Go ham.
Comment if you want us to start a Topher food review channel with Tedward.
Can I
Thank you.
comment right now?
Yeah, yes.
All right, this is the first comment.
First vote.
Yep, there we go.
Okay, there you go. First vote from Q. All right, you gonna go? You want to fill us up, or you want me to?
I'll fill
Okay, well I'm gonna start eating then while you fill up.
Yeah.
Start my pizza.
Yeah.
We're gonna do some ASMR while you're doing that.
Sounds good.
It's a Monte Carlo and a Camaro with a Hoonigan plate frame. Oh, car has to be unlocked for you to be able to pop the fuel filler, but I'll actually get out and show you this. The Accord does not have a fuel cap, so it just has this little, how would you describe that?
Pump jack.
Yes, so no cap, you just insert the, yeah. And that's it. Yeah. One thing I always look for is, can the driver's door pull fit a Culver's fry? Look at that. Like a glove.
The
Got my
fries are
ranch.
really good.
The fries are super good. Yeah. The fries are kind of the star of the show. Culver's has really good sides. Fries, cheese curds, the ice cream. It's all really, really good. Chicken tenders are good as well.
You want me to take over?
You want to start driving?
Doesn't matter to me.
For the first time ever, backseat impressions on a road trip. Here we go. Tenders there. Fries here. Grab my sweet tea.
Tax deduction.
My tax deduction, thank you. Oh man, this is luxury back here.
It is.
All right, this is my seat for the rest of the trip. I'm not driving anymore.
Ball heater.
Oh, dude, elbow comfiness in the back.
Supreme on that middle.
Yeah, this is like proper. I can't believe the legroom back here. Chris, are you in a comfortable position?
Yeah.
This is wild. This is like what a 7 Series would have been like in the 90s.
Oh no, the cord it's huge.
Actually, I've sat in the back of an E38 7 Series and I don't think it had this much room. Yeah, this is wild.
Well, it was clean in there. It's just the bathroom. I don't know.
Yeah.
No overspray.
You're right.
No
Like with the
overspray.
solids.
In 900 feet, turn right to
Alrighty, guys. Well, I'm gonna hang out in this back seat as Q drives, and we will update you probably once we're closing in on Wisconsin and give you some more impressions from everyone. But I'm gonna enjoy my Culvers back here and enjoy the travel montage
continue straight for 45 minutes.
and piped in engine noise.
I-90 Toll Road.
You guys remember what our trip was like for when I talk about impressions?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Like, Chris, you were sleeping for most of it, though.
I slept. Yeah. I was so sleepy all day.
Welcome to Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin, a very small town that is mostly known for having Road America in it, which is what we are doing tomorrow at the Mama Spring Rally, but that's not what we're talking about in this video. Let's talk about what it's been like to sit in this Accord Hybrid for 6 hours. We're pulling up to the resort right now, but we'll try and make our first half of the road trip impressions quick for you here. Starting out with a MPG checkup, 39.3, and I think that makes sense because the EPA rating is 41, but there's 3 of us in here, and should I keep going? Yeah. There's 3 of us in here, and we have a bunch of stuff in the trunk, so I think that's probably worth a couple of MPG. I mean, wouldn't you
We
say?
hit a lot of traffic.
A lot of traffic, a lot of stop and go. So, I don't know. I think the 39 MPG is fair. I spent the last couple of hours, or few hours rather, in the back seat, which was great. That's like an experience that I don't get to have a lot of the times in these road trips. So that was fun. Back seat was nice. Heated seats get very hot was my biggest impression, but also just tons of legroom, comfort, everything like that. I mean,
I slept.
so you tested out the nappability. That's what Emily usually does.
Nappability,
Good
yeah.
nappability.
Yeah, good nappability.
For you.
I can stretch out.
Yeah. What do you? I mean, Q, you drove for like 3.5, 4 hours.
It was a great driving experience, very smooth. The seats in the back feel more comfortable than the driver's seat, though.
I agree with you on that. I think there's a lot more squish in the back seat. The front seats are a little bit firm. I'll have to update you guys once I get a little bit more time in this on the way home with my thoughts on the front seats. But as far as I can tell, back seats are definitely more comfortable. But overall, a nice experience, and
CarPlay dropped about 12 times.
that's true.
Two different phones.
That's true. We have been running wired CarPlay just because that's the simplest when you have multiple people running multiple different phones. So CarPlay has dropped. The screen has frozen.
Yeah.
So a couple of weird bugs there with the infotainment.
Adaptive cruise control sucks.
That's another thing. Yep.
It doesn't accelerate when you get over to merge. It's just like adaptive cruise control is change lanes, floor it, and then let the cruise control system catch up
Yeah,
whenever there isn't a car in front
You
of you.
kind of have to do some of it yourself,
Yeah.
for sure.
Extremely
We're about to trade paint with another Honda product. It's a new Passport. He made it. Urban Gray. Surprised this isn't Urban Gray. Okay, well,
So
that's the
those are
first
only
half.
cons, though. Everything else about the Accord is great.
Yeah, those are the only cons so far. it's been nice. I mean, I just love that it's a big open cabin, plenty of room for the three of us, plenty of room for our stuff, and it's got an almost 40 mpg. It's got a good Bose sound system, which we'll test out for you guys on the way home, and I think we're pretty happy with this so far. So,
sounds great.
anyway, well, let's get checked into the Osthoff, which is the only hotel in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin, and we'll get back with you on Thursday, which means nothing to you because you're probably watching this on a Sunday, but yeah, give you some more impressions then.
Cool.
Good night. Welcome to Road America, and welcome back to the interior of the Honda Accord Hybrid Touring. It is day 3, and we are getting ready to head back right now. Let's just show you the exterior of this Accord one more time, show you how it fared over the first 400 or so miles. It's been raining and things, but honestly, it's still looking quite clean. We didn't kill a ton of bugs on the way here. You're fine, you can be in the shot. We're actually right next to the new Scout. I was going to say International Scout, but they don't call it that anymore, do they? It's just the Scout. Right. Hopefully one day we'll be driving one of those, but today we're driving this. So we're going to do the second half of the road trip for you guys. We'll continue giving you impressions, what it's like to continue sitting in this 11th gen Honda Accord. You can see we've got the trunk filled to the brim, and the car's upset because Chris has the key in his pocket. I will take the key. It's a very small key.
Yeah,
Just a little guy. The ambience of Road America. Okay, let's jump back in the Accord. Get back on the road. Is it ambience or ambiance? Doing the nice rotation of seats. Chris, you haven't tried out the back seat yet.
Yeah, it was the first time.
What do you think?
Oh, it's just lovely. Yeah, it is spacious back here.
Plenty of room for things. Okay. The goal is going to be to not run a journalist over on the way out, because sometimes they jump out in front of you. They're like deer.
Is that a press car?
I think we're in the clear. It's a Civic. Is that a Civic Type R race car?
Yeah, it is.
Looks like it. That's cool.
Something's rattling in the trunk. Do some hard turns.
Our race cars passing under us. Over the cheese bridge we go. Shout out Sargento. We've been using this to run back and forth to the track for the couple of days that we've been here at Road America, and it has diminished the fuel economy a bit. We're down to 38.1 over the last 440 miles. So this will end up being like 840 by the time we're
Stop
done.
real quick. Let me fix that rattle. You guys hear that?
No.
Can't hear it up here.
Driving.
Phantom rattle.
Phantom rattle.
There's one thing he hates. It's interior rattles. I think he's just like punching everything.
Yeah.
Did you fix it?
That should be good.
Okay. I think out of all transmissions that don't have gears, this two-motor hybrid system does the best and least offensive simulation of changing gears. Because you don't feel it, it doesn't bog the car. It's kind of just like an audible thing that you get. So, all right, well, anyway, we're gonna drive this for another 6 hours, and we'll check in with you as we have impressions, but we may just get back to you once we're all done and give you our final thoughts here on this Accord Hybrid. Delivering on traffic impressions, as we promised. I'm in the passenger seat now, the last seat actually that I haven't yet tested, but finding that traffic is quite pleasant because you have EV mode that you can lock yourself into, and you have the paddles for regen. The only downside is unless you're in sport mode, they don't save their settings, so you have to do it. You have to do it every time. But Chris, if I put you in sport, and you grab a regen setting,
Oh, EV mode just turned off. That's right, yeah.
it'll stay.
Yep. Turn on the brakes too.
Yeah, so at least you have that option. Go back into eco. But yeah, pretty nice throttle response, brake response, everything okay as far as like going on and off all the time in traffic.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll just hope CarPlay stays connected.
It's true. Yeah, we decided to switch to wireless CarPlay because we were tired of it freezing and having to unplug the phone and plug back in, and it actually cut out on me while I was like coming up on a crucial turn and we had to scramble to get the nav going again. So
Then you can enable Google Maps, but then when CarPlay reconnects, Google Maps stops, so you can't run two navigations at the same time.
yeah. So it's a little bit frustrating. We're not the biggest fans of this infotainment. All right, well, we'll be back with you in like 4 hours, but it'll be 2 seconds because of the trickery of editing, obviously. But then we'll give you a sound system test, final thoughts, and that'll be it. Well guys, this is the first time I've ever wrapped a road trip video from the passenger seat, but that's going to be a wrap on this one. We are going to do a sound system test for you in a minute to close us out, but wanted to give you one final update on all of the numbers and figures here from this Accord. 823 miles down, final MPG figure 38.8 MPG. We've been sitting in this thing for probably like 13, 14 hours combined at this point. We've spent a lot of time sitting in this car, and sentiments from the beginning stick mostly for me as far as like build quality and everything and just niceness overall. This 4-cylinder is unbelievably quiet. You never hear it doing anything. Ride quality is great. Overall NVH is really nice in this car. A couple of things that we don't super love that we've mentioned kind of throughout the video. The infotainment's dropped CarPlay a few times. It's frozen a few times completely. We've had to just unplug the phone and replug it in.
However, since I connected wirelessly, it's been fine.
That's right. So if you use it how it's intended and connect wirelessly, it doesn't seem to have too many problems. Adaptive cruise, not great. That still needs some work. We've already kind of covered that. So kind of just want to talk about seat comfort and what that's been like. Passenger seat is fantastic. It gets very hot on the third heated seat setting. I was absolutely roasting over here. Tried taking a little bit of a nap, but just as a person, I'm kind of bad at sleeping in cars and in planes, but I think Emily would have had no problem falling asleep. Chris had no problem falling asleep in here. The semi's having no problem cutting us off, and the brakes are having no problem pulsating still almost 1,000 miles later. How you doing back there, Q? It's been a minute.
It's the place to be back here. I even fell asleep, and I rarely fall asleep on road trips.
Yeah, you slept a lot.
Nice. It's good to hear. I agree that that's the place to be. The back seat is like excellent in this car. Rode a few hours on the first leg of the trip back there, and it was very, very satisfactory. Lots of room, squishy, elbow comfiness, good pretty much no matter where you sit in the car. I do wish I had some lumbar adjust over here on the passenger side, but I think that's kind of the only negative that I can give from over here. For 40 grand, it's a pretty cohesive package, and why don't we go ahead and close this out by giving you guys a test of this Bose sound system. As the passenger, I appreciate this volume knob because I can adjust it.
Told you to walk away. That was my first and last mistake. I blew without your face. But what can I do? 'Cause I'm just a sinking ship, and you're just a pair of lips that I've lost in the moment. All I want is for you to come back. Now I'm caught in the middle of the
think overall consensus on this sound system is that it is quite good. Usually a good way to tell if you have a nice sound system in the car is if you can still have it playing in the background and it's still a nice high quality sound. With this being a Bose, it's not going to be up to the standard of like a Bowers and Wilkins system, but Honda Boses have been really impressive lately, and you know this because of your Civic Type R. But the system in this Accord is no different. I mean, I think Charlie would probably give this an A or like a super high B if he were to rate it. Or he probably has rated it, and I could probably find out the answer to that. But as far as it goes for us, I mean, what do you guys think? I think it's a good sound system. Yeah. So we're all exhausted if you can't tell.
We're so tired.
We're so tired. We're not super talkative
So
here
much
at
traffic.
13 hours into this whole ordeal. 6 hours down today about. So 24 minutes left to go, but that's going to wrap it up here for the road trip video. So hope you all enjoyed this unique twist on kind of this untraditional road trip where I've kind of been moving around the car and stuff. But yeah, I
Good road
guess,
trip car, super efficient, tons of fuel range.
yeah, I
A
mean,
couple like minor complaints, but for the most part, it's been
overall
pretty solid.
it's been excellent, comfortable. The cabin is huge. We've all like, that's the biggest thing, is like none of us feel cramped in here. We've got a trunk full of stuff. There's a place to mount a spare, even though it doesn't come standard with one, but at least we were able to bring a spare with us, and it's taken us to Wisconsin and back with no problem.
Yeah.
At least not yet. I guess there's still 20 miles for something to happen, and we'll let you know if something does. But to Plymouth we go, and that's going to wrap it up for us. So let us know if you have any questions, if there's anything we left out about what it's been like to sit in this Accord for as long as we have. But I think that's going to do it for us for this year's Mama Rally and this Honda Accord road trip. Thanks to Q the Chaotic and the Topher for joining me and helping drive. It's been cool to have a couple different perspectives. But that'll do it for us. Thank you guys all so much for watching. We will see you in the next one.